This is just a little chatting session. Okay, so Shayla is reminiscing about how wonderful Amber's husband was to her. He treats her really good, like she was the wife. So nobody can blame her for stealing somebody else's money. So she is enjoying. There she with the baby. I think on her life she says that Kai's her real baby. But a lot of people saying otherwise. But dear miss, I can't believe how big Kai has gotten, eh? Look at him, tiny little baby. So adorable. And his birthday is coming up next month. I wonder what they're gonna do for his birthday. I can't wait to see what Shayla does for little Kai birthday. So I was thinking, what is Shayla next step gonna be? And we know that Angelina is digging up the dirt on Denisha. But she's reminiscing about how nice Anthony treats her. They're at her apartment there. Then she is right here. They are, let me show you. Okay. Here they are when Anthony in Jamaica tell her how much he loves her. It is so sad. Look at that. And she's kissing somebody else's husband. So she's extremely delusional. But you see what married man behave. They treat the side piece very well. I know Anthony took Amber out to the lake house, and she is, and he did only that. What he took Shayla on a vacation to jam down. And even when they were in LA, he took Shayla there because Shayla keep pushing him that she wants to go away with him. Here she is again with Kai. Yeah, there they are. 1 minute Anthony's a good father, and next minute he's a deadbeat. Oh my goodness. Oh, let me just leave that one up there. Yeah, there she is. I think this was the lake house, if I'm not mistaken. Hi dear Megan. Ivy here. And Labrina. Yeah, hello, welcome in. It is so sad to see a married man how they treat the side piece, eh? The mistress, whatever they want to call it. The piece, as in the Kountry Wayne skit there that we're reviewing. It is really sad to see that Anthony treated this girl better than he treated his wife Amber. Yep. And then to even top it off, he even tells Shayla that he loves her. Yes, he told her he loves her. So there is Shayla reminiscing about how wonderful Anthony was. I think she's actually in her feelings right now. She's so jealous. You know what I mean? To see how happy Anthony is and how happy Denisha is treating her son. Because Denisha, here is Denisha. Yeah, and the baby, she just secured the baby on the couch. Denisha is not a bad looking girl after all. Look at her. Look at Shayla standing there. Yep. Standing there, feeling jealous. There's nothing she can do, right? With all that plot and scheming, Shayla end up without Anthony. Mm-hmm. All that plotting, Shayla was plotting. And look at Anthony walking over to Denisha with that soft pillow to put at the baby's head. Mm-hmm. Look at him. You know, Anthony is actually a nice. Mm-hmm. But boy, they let him character treating wife Amber really, really bad. But this could have been all for Shayla, but not with Anthony, with somebody else. You should just give it some time. Don't go after your best friend, man. And see all her scheming. Mm-hmm. She didn't end up with Anthony one bit. So how are you guys doing? It is really sad. Look how Denisha is hugging up onto. Look at Denisha. Mm-hmm. Denisha was happy to see Kai Kai. Look there. She says, oh, the baby is here. Yep. Okay. But we'll just get back to Shayla. So Denisha looks like she's happy that she's actually in a married woman house. Her man that she's with is married just and in a married woman house, she's happy about that. And look at Anthony was still married to Amber, and they were going through a divorce at the time, so they were separated. But look at what he was still legally married to Amber, and he was on his knees blessing Shayla finger that a man will marry her. With her delusional self, Shayla thinks that Anthony was gonna propose to her on this vacation in Jamaica. Oh my goodness, that is something else. Yes. Oh. Do anybody feel sorry for Shayla? She like right now I can't before I used to feel sorry for her, I won't lie. No, I don't feel sorry for her. You know why? She make her bed so now she have to lie in it. So I do not know why she think about oh Anthony used to be good to her. Mm-hmm. I Eklin. I don't feel sorry for her one bit. Before I used to have a heart, I guess I don't have any more no heart no more Eklin. Do you think I don't have a heart anymore? I just threw it away. Shayla, 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 Shayla. Eklin says, yep, you're laughing half hard to Ek. I know what you mean. That girl. I tell you. She's in her feelings right now, Eklin. So I guess she's going to be on board for her to take down Denisha. Denisha is with somebody who is securing the bag for her. She don't have to worry about anything. She have a man that says he loves her because Anthony tell everybody that he loves them. Tell Shayla and tell Pierre, now and tell. Oh yes, and Ro. And now Denisha, so of course. But poor Shayla. Shayla is really reaping what she sow. And I couldn't have happened to a better person. Lauren need a place to stay. Wondering if Wayne is going to offer her the apartment. Ooh. Let's see if Wayne does that, Eklin. I didn't know she need a place to stay. She not can rent her own place. She not scam man all this time. Oh, she gonna be on the podcast, so they should get paid soon. Or they have to wait a month before they get paid. I wonder. Oh, look at Shayla. That's why they say always the good, because you never know when your turn is gonna come. And then Bethany is there. Let me see if I can get more pictures up here, or I can't get Bethany because look like me take too many of this is Bethany cousin and Shayla. It look like it's only there go up to. Let me see who I can put in here. I thought I had Benny. Here's Bethany. Bethany's there talking about her husband. I think Larry finally, Eklund, she's going to rent out her house in Miami. Oh, Lauren. Yeah, she renting out her house. So she'll have money to rent one in Georgia too, so that's good. Right? And then do you think, yeah, we just deviate from Bethany here for a bit. Do you think Mr. Big Wife and Dan will cross the line? I watched a skit with them last night. They were at the gym. Then they went in the sauna and they were talking. So Larry filed for divorce yesterday, yes. Oh my goodness. And she's there feeling sorry about herself and wish Larry would look at her the way he used to. Oh boy, when she gets home, she's gonna find out that her husband filed for divorce. Yes, Dan and Mr. Big Wife will be crossing the line. Oh Lord, because she told Dan that she found out her husband was sleeping with somebody, right? Pity she doesn't know it was with Lauren. Oh my goodness, that is too good. That's music to my ears right here. So when she goes home, if she make it off the operating table, she's gonna be getting a divorce. She's gonna be serving a divorce. And she said she wish her husband would look at her the way he used to. How he looks at Shara and Lynette, and she said, oh my God, they're beautiful. So she has issues with her weight, how she's looking. And I think what Charlotte say to Bethany was a good thing, because Charlotte said to her, says she has to, what you call it there, do this surgery for herself. She can't do it for somebody else. And Eklund says, hello, Elias. Larry will be serving her on the 6th of August. Ooh. That time she gonna come back in pain. That time if she come back in pain. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is hard. What be mean? My goodness. Watch the skit with her calling Brooke out of her name. Charlotte was right. Yeah, Charlotte was right. And Charlotte said she was like Bethany too, but she took it off for herself. And she's still working on herself. So when we're doing anything, surgery, anything, even when we're moving out, or if we're in a situationship and you need, or a relationship and you're leaving that situation, you have to do it for you. You can't do it because somebody is in your ears telling you what, you know what I mean? You have to do things for yourself at the end of the day. And we have to learn to love ourselves. Yeah. There are days that you get down. Yeah. And there are days that you will do things that you're not supposed to do. And I came on here to speak on, let me see if I have the picture of it and I'll put it up. Let's see if I have the picture of it. Wayne was speaking to Amber. I'm gonna take a picture of Amber. That's Wayne. And he was saying something to Amber. Amber asked him, says, how can a man, how can Anthony loves me and do me the way he does? And Wayne says to her, somebody sent me that video. Wayne says to Amber says, Anthony does love you, but he loves you to his capacity. He loves her to how him learn how to love, right? And then it's a really horrible thing what Anthony did, I won't lie. But he does love Amber. And I think me's little uncle went over to Dave yesterday, in my humble opinion, that he went to try to cause mess, same I try fight for him wife. But if you were in Anthony's shoes, Eklund, I'd like to know, what would you do? What would you have done? What would you have done if you went to talk to Dave? Tell me what you would have said to Dave yesterday if you were Anthony. I'm waiting, Eklund. You and I having a conversation here. We're debating. If you were Anthony, what you would have says. Let me go back for Anthony picture because we don't want nobody thinks that we are talk about we and where we actually are talk and speak on little uncle here, him. That lovely guy there. If you were Anthony, what you would have done when you get to wait, if you're fighting to your wife, would you have said anything about her coming to the house and your own situation? Or you'd have said, look here, may I come to you man to man, leave my wife alone. I want my wife, leave her alone. Or you just sit your ass down and don't go anywhere. You just stay at home and relax. But you know what? I think Anthony was rejoicing too soon for the 100 and what you call it there is 196,000 he was willing to give his wife. It's just a little toothpick. He's just a little tip, a drop in the bucket. It's not gone away. You know what I mean? It needs some more in the bucket. You know what I mean? And he went to bed and says, you know, I'm doing this to Amber. Let's see, she have to take this. So let me go over and go cause some mess for her with Dave. That's what the little uncle decided to do. You know what I mean? I didn't love her like she deserved. So please love her unconditional. Be different from me. Okay. Oh, so you're saying that he didn't love her the way that he deserved. So he wants Dave to treat her better than him. Okay, that sounds good. But you know that Anthony, you know what you guys haven't realized? Anthony hasn't taken accountability for what he did to Amber yet, you know. He said he has, but in my book, if Anthony has taken accountability, Anthony would have changed. And just like how Shayla hasn't taken accountability for what they did to her, neither one of those characters has taken accountability for what they did. I'm just calling a spade because at the end of the day, I know some people like what I say and some people won't like what I say, and I don't give a rat. But it's my opinion. Anthony hasn't taken accountability because if Mr. Dalton has taken accountability for what he did to Amber, Anthony would have changed. He would have put her first. Just like what you see, he's putting boundaries into place for Denisha. He is going above and beyond for Denisha and her son, if you notice. I'm in a business when nobody want to say, oh, he's taking care of Kai, that is Kai house. If Anthony really love him, put him child first, he would have a bedroom for him child. That's my humble opinion. And to me, he's putting Denisha kid above his. And I guess she's the woman and she has a kid and she see what he's doing. She decided, say, you know what, let me go get some toys. Hopefully she will tell Anthony to get a room for his son too. Although I know the house is for his kid, but still, he needs his own place, his own space too. Just like Denisha's son get his own space, Kai should have a room of his own too. And So right now, Anthony and Shayla is definitely going to be learning a very valuable lesson, guys, because they need to take accountability for what they did to Amber. We need to see change behavior. Yes, Shayla essayed him. Yes, he was drunk, but he did went back for more and more. And they still haven't understand what they did to Amber to make her so bitter and broken. Even Anthony is hurting, both of them hurting. But in my humble opinion, I'm here thinking that maybe Anthony should get Denisha pregnant and she should lose that baby. And let's to see how Anthony gonna react to that. Because I know that he did hurt when Amber lost her child. And he didn't care that they took away David from Amber. But he knows Amber loves that baby. He knows that. And he couldn't even adopted that child. So there is there's a lot of things why a lot of people does not like the Anthony character. No accountability and the abandonment of how he treats his wife. He doesn't, when I said abandonment, it's like you have a wife and you abandon her because he was giving all his energy to Shayla, right? And now he's giving all his energy to Denisha. So I can't blame that part on Shayla. I have to blame that part on Amber because Amber walked away from that. But she wanted Anthony to change. And she was crying out. And Anthony keep on ignoring what she was saying. Hi dear Michael. She was crying out to him, says, stand up for me. I need you. I need your shoulder. I need your hand. I'm falling. Anthony, catch me. And Anthony let her fall. Or I could put it this way. He put her in the water, the big ocean, and didn't show her a life jacket, and she keeps sinking. Yep. So it would be nice to see Anthony accept his faults, 100% accept it, accept accountability, and have a sit down with Amber and says, you know, Amber, I really did you wrong. When I want him to say it with him out, oh, I forgive you or whatever, because you know that when Anthony says he forgives somebody, he doesn't really forgive anybody. So it would have been nice to see Anthony sit down with his wife, Amber, and say, no, Amber, if Dave make you happy, I'm for that. I love you and I will set you free. I don't want this divorce. But to how the writers write it right now, Denisha is in the home. Her son is in the home. Amber is outside the home. She don't have anywhere to live, really. I mean, no, say she make her bed, so she have to lie in that too, right? But I would love to see at some point they come to a common ground that they could actually sit and Anthony forgive himself and take accountability, sincerely take accountability for what he did to her. I'd love to see that happen. But then again, as I get blamed, says, you're not the writer, Sharon, you're not the writer, but I'm not the writer. But it would be nice to see that. I really want Anthony to do better, but they're making Anthony do better with Denisha without learning what he did wrong. So he's gonna slip up, right? Because today, as we can see this morning, Anthony told Shayla she's a good mother. Yes, Shayla loves her son, yes. But is she a good mother for him? She's not the greatest mom, in my opinion, because she wants to run around like she doesn't have a child. She wants to be in Sprinter van. She wants to be out on the town with the girls. She doesn't want to have the responsibility of the baby, of taking care of the child. She does love her child. I'm not gonna say Shayla doesn't love him, because I saw that in one of my comments this morning that Um, Shayla does love her child. And yeah, so I don't know if me did say she don't love her child. So if I did say that, I'm wrong. But Shayla does love her child. So I'm coming correct. She does love him, but she doesn't know how to be a mom to him. When I says a mom, instead of you running out on the town, you can be there with your baby. You nurture him. Yes, there are times where you're going to want to have mommy time, me alone time. That's fine. But look how she's gonna leave her kid for a month with the dad and Denisha that she don't like. And then now she's standing there looking like a poor thing when she make her bed to lie down in it. She wanted to live in that house, right? So Shayla need to put on her big girl panty and be a mother to her child than go run after Eman. She gave the child to Anthony because she wants to run after Eman. And that's a good thing too, because at least the baby won't be in harm's way when she starts smoking or getting second-hand gas or anything like that. That's not good for results. So you know what? She did the best she can, and she take him to where he is safest. So that is good. So kudos to Shayla for that. But in the meantime, she's crashing out. I don't mind her finding out about Denisha, as I stated on my channel and Sharon review here, is that I want Shayla to caught them in the act, just like how Libby caught Genesis on top of Terry with him thing inside her. That's exactly how I want Shayla to caught Denisha and Iman. She don't even tell her, say she coming over. And I hope the door is unlocked and she just walk right in and see them. So that way, it will click into her delusional mind what she did with her best friend, Amber. And I think if the writer them write it that way, that she caught them together, then Shayla will understand what she did, that she is a horrible, horrible human for a friend. That's all I have to say. So Melissa said here, Shayla act like she was his wife. She has always wanted what Amber. Exactly, Melissa. That's what I noticed. That's what Shayla, and that is why people used to hate her, because she always want what Amber have. Amber might sign the deal for her to be free, not for Dave, but for her peace. Eklin, I know you want her to do it, but I don't want Amber to sign that. You know why? The nugget was when Anthony lost his money. Well, we know that he didn't have the liquid, right? But he has asset. But when he lost his money, who was there? Amber, because they were married together. When he gained back the money, who was there? Amber. So Amber deserved more than what Anthony is willing to give her. Anthony wants to give Amber $4,000 a month. How much is Shayla getting? $10,000. How much he just dropped on Denisha? $20,000. The other day before the divorce, how much did he give Shayla? $5,000. So tell me now, why would I want Amber to walk away with that? No. In my book, I would not walk away from that. Yes, she did something wrong. Yes, she cheated. She shouldn't have done that. I do not know why the writer write it that way, but I guess they're showing us, says as though we as Christian, we do fall for short of the glory of God. We get into the flesh too, because we are what? Human being. And as Amber always stated, she is not God. Right? She's not God. She's human, just like every one of us. And that's just a skit we are reviewing, right? But I would love to see Amber, the character, rise. And I see that she did. She's not she did. She's coming up. I should say she's coming up. She refused that from my Wayne. And I love to see Amber get her own place. Even if he said he's buying that for her, I want her to buy that in her father's name. I said that house that he wants there, he's gonna buy for Amber. I want Amber to buy the house in her dad's name, and that's hers. Anthony can't come off of that if she buy the house in her name. That's my humble opinion, and I think that's what she will do. And I hope the writer write it that way, that Amber bought herself her dream home in her dad's name. Anthony can't touch that. Or will that be okay? Anybody in the chat who is a lawyer? Michael, maybe Michael will know. Michael, do you think that's a bad thing if she buy a house and it's in her dad's name? Her dad could say he bought her house because she don't have a home, right? At least she have something that is hers. When she sign on the dotted paper, she can rent out the house, right? And she can and if Dave is for her, then she can get back into the flesh. But now I want Amber to get out of the flesh and just do the right thing. Go to God, just work on her, do stuff for her, do her, nobody else. She no business about no man, nobody, just her. Just focus on herself, get a therapy also, that she goes to get help so she can heal. You know what I mean? And then after the healing, then she can jump back into that. But on SkitLanta, nobody heals, then just jump from man to man or woman to woman. I don't think, I think, okay. All right, let me see here. Exactly, Sharon E. Hasn't they have to fall for their eyes to be open? Yeah. Yeah, definitely right, Eklund. I totally agree with that. When he loses everything, his will be open. And he will see the real woman, the real wife. What he will see the real wife Amber was to him, yes. And then so Eklund, will that be a time where Anthony will realize will it be too late? Because somebody else loves his wife. I think Anthony is trying to right is wrong with Denisha. Yes, I said that before. That is why he's doing. You remember the day when he prayed? He says, God, he says, I'll put you first. Remember? And then he goes, and then I will put Denisha and then my money. You remember that prayer when he was praying? And then I call Amber the Jezebel's, that Amber is a Jezebel spirit. And God test him with Amber. You remember that prayer? All right. That was not a nice, sincere prayer in my book. Definitely not. Will Dave get Amber to sign the deal so they can be together? You know what, Michael? Let's see what happens. Let's see if Dave will actually get Amber to do that. But right now, I think she's moving to the music of her own drum. That's what I'm reading from the Amber character right now. And then Melissa says, Ant is doing with Denisha what he should have done for his wife. Exactly. And that is why I said Anthony could have done this all this time. But you know what? Deep down, subconsciously, I think Anthony is doing that because he knows he dropped the ball when it comes down to Amber. But because of the two of them competitiveness, he doesn't go to her and says, I'm sorry, Amber. He tell her I'm sorry so many times. But when he's gonna say sorry, just tell her, just lead into why. Don't come at her with anger. Remember when she used to be in the home? I thought he would have just, when he was talking to her, that eventually he would have just, you know what I mean? But it's far gone now. But it would be nice to see they come to a place when they can really, when the eight is, when they heal, they can actually have the power of forgiveness, although they're in a different season in their life. What Melissa said. Auntie's doing with the, yes, I said that long time ago. I think that is why subconsciously he is putting the boundaries in with Shayla. He putting Denisha first. And I think that is why he's telling Denisha about the money. He has 20 million. or whatever. In my opinion, I think that's why he's doing that, Melissa, because he never let Amber know how much he make or anything like that. Yeah. And you know something, last night too, when Denisha bought all those toys for Iska child, he was blown away to say, wow. And he says, you do that for, you see, oh, he was baffled. Like said, nobody ever done something for Kai. I hope he's not going to say that Amber wasn't a good mother to Kai, you know. If he does that, I have to reach him. I have to go to Atlanta to go have a little word with him. You know what I mean? But he was taken aback that Denisha actually likes his child. Yeah, that's in my humble opinion. KW won't allow Shayla to witness what Amber felt. They cater to her. For once, it would be nice because Amber said it. From Amber said one thing with Amber, and if you look on all the characters, they does give us nuggets, but you have to be the one to pick up the nugget. She's gonna see something, but I don't know if it will be. Well, when Amber caught them together in bed, they weren't doing anything, right? But this time, in my opinion, I want her to caught them on top of each other. That's what I want. Then she can see it. I don't want Angelina to catch them, caught them. I don't want King. I don't want Tamira. I want Shayla. Anthony's about to lose everything. Yeah. And what really get to me to Margaret is the fact that he was celebrating too early. And then everyone remembers the good times. Yes, Amber and Anthony did have some good times. You know what, guys? I'm Team Dalton. I won't lie to you guys. I'm Team Dalton. But right now, they need to go their separate way. If they are meant to be together, they'll get back together. And he will learn from all his mistakes, both of them, to be the best person, the best version of themselves to somebody else or to each other. But let's see what happens. And you know what, guys? It would be nice if Amber actually get pregnant for Dave when the divorce is over. And you know what I mean? When the divorce over, if that's what I'm saying, if Dave is meant for Amber, but guys, I'm telling you, all of Amber fans is going to be disappointed if he's not for Amber. I just want her to be happy. I want her to be a mother. I wonder if they don't want the character Amber to have her own child. I don't know. But it would be nice. And honestly, guys, I'd love to see Anthony and Dalton, Anthony and Amber eventually in the future, 2030, when they all heal, get out of the other relationship that they're in now. They become friends, and maybe they can, get back together eventually 2030. But right now, it's a no in my book. I've said it also, he's given Shayla and Denisha more than he ever given Amber. He doesn't like or love her. He does love Amber, but he doesn't know how to change that. The reason why we have to look back at the skit with Wayne. Wayne told Amber, Anthony does love you, but he loves you to his capacity. I don't think Anthony knows how to love her because of what happened with Wayne. So we have to call that a spade too, right? He was hurt, just like how Amber hurt by catching them together, you know what I mean, Shayla and him together. And then I think they need to go their separate way, honestly. That's my humble opinion. But let's see what God's plan has to do with them. Rogue gave back the money. We seen it in, yes, she did give him back the money. Not Ro. Ro didn't give Anthony back no money. Anthony pay her back. Anthony, I saw this skit. I don't know what skit you saw, Michael. But the one I saw is remember when Ro lent him the money so him could invest on their honeymoon? And then when he made the money back, he paid Ro back, yeah. And then, did you watch Ernestine poetry? Oh yes, it was delicious. I watched it. I loved it. Hello, hi dear Tina. Everyone can happen in Skitland. Anything happen in Skitland? Yes, anything happen. I know. And it's too late. Amber is gone. Yeah, she's gone. That's why I said she need a divorce right now. And if you notice, it looks like they're gonna split them off because but them have to do it the right way. If they're speaking of God as a plan, they have to make Amber cut off the physical side of the relationship with Dave. And don't be surprised if Amber actually bought that house for herself but put it in her dad's name. Okay, so that way it can't comes up in the divorce. I hope I'm telling you guys the right thing. And then Amber shouldn't sign the law offer. If the judge knew what aunties were doing, Amber could be made whole. Okay, thank you for that. Oh, do we know aunties telling Denisha the truth? The mouth say anything. Exactly. Margaret, you're absolutely right there too. He says he met 20 million, but it looks like he's gonna be more open with Denisha because I think subconsciously he was never open with Amber. You understand? So now they're showing us a different side to Anthony. So if they're showing this side to Anthony, they're actually showing us that Anthony never loves her. If you, but that's some people can read it that way, right? But to me, I think subconsciously he knows he was horrible to her, and he's trying to pacify what he did to Amber and trying to be a better person in Denisha's eyes because he has fallen short with his wife. Yeah, that's my humble opinion. You're absolutely right there, Melissa, Margaret. Melissa said the marriage could have been if he had put Amber first over everyone else. Amber was great with, yes, she was. I know you see your horrible right. You see your good the writers are being, right? Or should I says whatever they're doing. Because right now, guys, they're making Denisha like the baby too. So I hope Anthony not gonna say Amber was horrible to him because Amber was never mean to Kai. She loved that baby like he was her own. I agree. I want Shayla to see. Yes, Tina, I want her to see. And I'm gonna stand by that. I want her to see. And I guess when she finds out, I guess she's gonna go. Do you think when she finds out, you think she's gonna, who you think she going to whoop? Delicia? Or will it be Iman? Because Iman a cut off the water and stop our cash flow. Oh my goodness, Anthony Teller says, anything you want, anything you want. There's Anthony. I'll call you, you know? So now they're potty training baby Kai. Can't believe how tiny he was when he was born. I just saw like a teeny picture there and it's just so surreal. He's growing up on the skit. Denisha now is monetary work now and is embracing Kai to get closer to the 20 mil. Ooh, I like that. Definitely. So that's why she's so happy. Oh, so people are playing games. Well, it could happen to a better husband. No marriage is perfect. Exactly. There are high and lows. You're right, Margaret. It's a union of two imperfect people. You're absolutely right. That is why I always says God has a plan. We have to trust the process. But at this time, all the writers does it. I don't know if they're gonna sever it altogether. But I'm here for the mediation. I want to see the mediation, and I want to see if I'm gonna get a new lawyer. I'm voting for Natasha to be the new lawyer. But let's see what the writers does in that department. I want, this is what Tina says, not me. I want Amber and Anthony go their separate ways. All right. I still think they should go their separate way. And if they're meant to be together, they can get back together. Or maybe they will restore it. We don't know. He gave Amber a restaurant, paid all the bills, and gave her a wedding of her dreams. Yes, he did, Margaret. He did. He did all that. But a lot of people don't remember that. But because they are so broken, the foundation, they never started on the right foundation. Yeah. So I think he's going to try to do that. But what he's doing right now is not the right foundation either because he's still legally married, right, Margaret? And he moves Zenisha in with her child. Sharon, they need to go their separate ways. Take care of Kai is all about the money. Yes, Margaret. Anna Jones says, if Amber has to cut off the physical, so does Anthony. It can't take once. You're right, Anna Jones. They both have to cut off. But remember, Anthony was never a Christian. He was never a Christian. And you know, Anthony not gonna cut that off. But that would be nice to see. I'm wondering where Pastor Chris is. Yeah, if, but you notice, I don't see Anthony calling Pastor Chris. I don't see Amber calling Pastor Chris either. It can't be ones that we have to expect the same. Yes. And that is why I said I want to see growth in Anthony also. I want to see growth for Amber. I want to see both of them forgive each other. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Even if they're ending their marriage, yeah, they end as friends. Margaret Smith, an aunt, as the head of a house, was supposed to do things. What he didn't give was love, protection, and support. Yeah. And well, he gave it at first, but thanks to Shayla, she wrecked it. I know she have the gall to be daydreaming. And Shayla have the gall. Where is she? Yeah, here she is. She's there daydreaming. Oh, wonderfully is. You know? She's there daydreaming on him right there. Oh, wonderful, you know? The writers are acting like Amber wasn't good with Kai. They are trying to say she was bad wife. She wasn't. Uh, no, they weren't says Amber was a bad wife. It's people is assuming that she was a bad wife. Everybody can see she was a good wife to her husband. They do her dirty between Anthony and Shayla. They did her dirty, but when she went on the other side into the flesh with Dave, then everybody start to crucify her too. But no, they didn't crucify her. They only crucify Anthony and not Amber. They only says Anthony. But they're both doing the same thing. So we need power of forgiveness for both of them. Whenever Shayla see Denisha and Iman, I don't want Amber to be the one to comfort her. And the way we want you, know, Tina, is not what we remember. I said that long time ago that me no want her to do it, right? All right. But let's see, because it says, Mama Brenda says Amber is going to be the teacher. Why Amber? But let's see what happens. Because Amber said, remember at the restaurant, she tell Aunt Shayla, say you haven't learned anything else? Iman will never marry you. She asked Amber, do you think Iman will marry me? Amber say, you want the truth? She say, yes. She says, well, no, he won't marry you unless he's up in his 70s. When they're old and gray, that time they will settle down. And she says, you haven't learned anything yet? Nope, she hasn't learned anything yet. And exactly, Amber expected to be celibate during the divorce, but Aunt can have Denisha and her son, double standard. Who started the affair? Who started sleeping with anybody? Remember, Anthony came back. Yes, he was 5,000 perfume, all of those in the marriage. Did he cheated first when they get back together? No, Amber cheated first. So you guys are telling me, say it's okay for Amber to cheat, but it's not okay for Anthony to cheat too? Neither one of them is okay for cheating. So Amber cut off her flesh from Dave, Anthony needs to, but what I'm saying, Amber is a Christian, so Amber knows what to do. Anthony is not a Christian, so Anthony doesn't know. That's why I said it would be nice for Pastor Chris to counsel Anthony, for him to become a believer, and for him to change, and for him to grow. That's all I'm saying. Remember, Mike email says that their marriage has not been perfect. She fought for her marriage. Okay. Tina says Amber and Anthony is not equally yoked. And Margaret says, I don't see anything wrong with him moving Denisha in. He's moving on just like his wife. You're absolutely right there too, Margaret. He's moving on, she's moving on. Excellent. Thank you for that. Jacoby lied to Craig for him to get the money. Oh. So they want to take Mike's share and give it to him so he could spend it on Natasha. People like those you don't need in your circle. Tina, I hope Amber doesn't support Shayla. Amber was alone, suffering and trying to rebuild. Let's Shayla depend on Tamara and Scangelina. And when you're a woman of God, me sure know say, if anybody on this chat is a woman of God and somebody is hurting, no matter how they are your enemy or they are your frenemy, you're still going to support them. You're going to give a helping hand if you can. You're not going to turn a blind eye, because a lot of us sin, but God did not. God did not. Says he's going to forsake us. If Amber had moved Dave in, would you feel the same? That's what Melissa is asking Margaret. Dave has never been in the marital home. Date outside the home until divorce done. Okay. But Michael said, Denisha will make a good wife to Anthony. You think so, Michael? It seems so. It seems so. It looks like they're going to make Denisha character be good. To what I'm noticed from today, from you know why them that put the dog outside. Mama, come. Go in. I don't want the fly on your ears. Yeah. So, with what's being said about Shay Shay. Oh, a nasty fly came inside. I have to go kill it. Yeah, what I said about Shay Shay is that she... Oh, I was reading your guys' comments. Sorry. Okay, so I can unplug my battery. Okay. So Sylvester says, because at least Amber went to her boyfriend's house. Well, she can't bring the man to her husband's house. Come on now, be real. She went to her boyfriend's house, and that house is for Anthony, so he brought his girlfriend into it, the home, not thinking logically that anything wrong with it is his house, so he bring his girlfriend there. That's where him live. In law, Amber didn't cheat. This happened after she filed. Anthony is the one who is still married. Well, if Amber separated, Anthony separated. I think that's how they're putting it right now. Craig is going to remove Jacoby when the truth comes out. Ooh. What's happening, Elkin? Tell me. And then ignorance of the Bible isn't an excuse for Ant. He knows right from wrong. People expect Amber to sit back and let him disrespect her. Is lack of support. Melissa, who is being disrespectful to Amber? And who is saying is twisting the Bible? Amber know wrong from right. Amber shouldn't have gone into the gone sleep with Dave. Anthony know it's wrong what he's doing, but it's get payback. The man saw his wife with another man. He said he never want this divorce. He told her he'll give her 250,000 for her to stay. Cash. And Anthony needs to go to call Pastor Chris to help him. And Amber loyalist is saying that people, I guess it's me, Melissa, I guess I'm me ya talk, saying that I want Amber to sit there and let Anthony disrespect her. Oh, that's not me because me sure no, me never mentioned nothing like that. Amber does the same thing Anthony is doing. We have to call a spade a spade. Amber is living their man, Anthony living with his woman. This is why I want the writer to split them up. Give her the divorce, go to mediation, and then hopefully they can learn to be friends with each other eventually when they get healing and forgive each other when they have healing. That's all I'm saying. So I don't need nobody to come on my page and try to make me think that me I say something wrong when me know me not. I hope Denisha will keep an hold on Anthony because I don't want him back with Denisha. Well, Tina, you're not the writer. Like how people love to tell me, we don't know what the writer gonna do with those characters. But I'd love to see. Right now, they have them separated. They are both separated. Amber and Anthony are separated. As Dave said yesterday, they're doing their own thing. Anthony even said yesterday, he's doing his own thing over there. Amber doing her own thing over there. So this is why I'm following the storyline and I'm saying, and I'm going to say it once again for the people in the back, that I would love to see the mediation. I'd love to see the divorce. And if they are meant to be together, they will come back. When they learn, they have to learn. Because Amber hasn't learned anything yet. Anthony hasn't learned anything yet. Anthony hasn't taken accountability for what he has done to Amber as yet. Shayla hasn't taken accountability for what she has done. That is why I wanted her to caught Iman and Delicia together. And Amber has to find out why she always self-sabotage. Because if you really look at it, Amber said, she thinks Anthony is cheating with Shayla again. That was a wrong assumption. He never cheated yet. But she cheated, but not Anthony. But he did before. That was the first divorce. Second divorce, who cheated? First, Amber. And then Anthony cheated. Remember, I told her, I'm not going to wait for your loving. That's what he said to her. Meantime, Amber was throwing that up, left, right, and center with Dave, and everybody loved that. Okay, I remember when Anthony found out about Dave, right? A lot of you guys said Anthony should have gone home. Anthony should have just stayed home and whatever, right? So they're showing you how double-sided the audience split. Me not feel nowhere one way or the other. All me know says that the two of them not meant to be together. It never started on the right foot. That's why I said they need to get the divorce. Even if Amber decided say she don't want the money, I will be there with her too. But I know why she said she want that 50%. I keep on saying, and I will always say this. She wants that 50% because she want no other man to have no more control over her. She wants to have her own. That is why she never let Dave spend no money on her. But she did accept. She don't mind this, what you call it, the cinnamon roll. That she will accept from Dave. But she doesn't want another man to say to her, says, oh, I bought you a house. I bought you a car. I bought you a restaurant. I believe, this is my opinion, that Amber is going to buy herself a house and put that house in her dad's name. I hope Dave doesn't bite for her. I want her to do that for herself. And it will be hers on her terms. Just like old lady says, it's my body, it's my choice. That's Amber's. That's what I want for her. And what I want for Anthony, guys, I want Anthony to man up, to become a Christian man, to learn how to treat a woman, and to know where he failed his wife. And when he's at the bottom and he finds out that, I want Amber to be living her best life. And he will realize that I let, just like how Wayne noticed, I have a best wife and I didn't know that I had a good wife. Because he has to ask his lawyer, do you think Amber ever loves me? That is horrible for him to say in my book. He should know his wife loves him. His cousin said to him, says when he lost his money, if she stays with you, Amber loves you. And Anthony still has to ask that question. This is why I don't want Anthony to have a heart attack or a panic attack or nothing. Because I don't want Amber to rush to his rescue. Because if she goes to him again, she's going to put him before herself. I want her to go to God. I want her to heal. So I'm here for team healing, and I want Anthony to team healing also. And I need both of them to learn to stop being in competition with their partner. Let your husband lead, wife support, stand beside, and you give a support. He's the head of the household. That would be nice. And they need to let she stay out of their business. That is if they put it that other way. But I see what they're going to do with Dave's character, but I will just sit on it for now, although I did say some of it. But I see where they're going with that. There is a Melissa factor. There is Evelyn factor in. And there is the realtor, right? That is why I said I want her to buy that house for herself, not for, I don't want him to buy her nothing. I want her to do it on her own. And Shayla, we come up on here to talk about her. She's remembering, oh, Anthony was so good to her, a married man, her best friend husband. So right now, I don't feel no way about her. Guys, let me ask you guys a question. When you come on to my live, right? Why is it so hard for you guys to hit the like button? Just asking a question. You guys come on, you guys comment, but you know, refuse to hit, some of you guys refuse to hit the like button. We have 24 watching and we only have 12 likes. I guess that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't take a thing to hit the like button. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And hi, Lydia. How are you? Your ear look nice. Thank you, Lydia. Angela C. says Shayla has 3 men that were good to her. Arby, Anthony, and Mike. Yes, they were good to her, but she dropped the ball because of jealousy, Angela. Jealousy. Bad mind. Yes. Welcome in. And Dave. Okay. I'll come back on at 5:30, but I'll just say what I'm saying. I'll read some more comments. And Anna Jones says, I don't think those other women in Dave's life will be a factor. I think it's just to shape the storyline and let the audience know he has a past. All right, I appreciate that. Thank you. And then Melissa is speaking to Margaret. What did you stayed with and did you see daily harassment? All right, so that message for, so Angela C said Amber has a big heart and would help Anthony if he has a lobster accident. Yes, she would. She would definitely. She would definitely help him. And she would actually help Shayla too. That's what we have to remember. Accident. Melissa, Angela. I love that. Loves the accident. Hi Lily, how are you doing? How are you guys doing, by the way? Yep. So hit the like button. If you're on your phone, you click the screen and then another thing comes up and you can hit the like button. If you don't, so be it. Yeah, we all have a past. Yep, we all have a past. And Anthony has a pastor. But I'm here for team healing. God has a plan. That's all I'm saying. And I'm here for team healing. So if they have to go their separate way, so be it. We still don't know all Anne's past. Yeah, we don't. That's what I said. We all have a past. I think Anthony says we're gonna get some backstories. So I'm dying to see his backstory. You know, I'm dying if that was his backstory the day when he was talking to Angelina. But let's see what other story they're gonna come up with, or that was it. Or they just dropped the ball and that. If you are in your phone, tap your screen for the like button. Thank you. Thank you, Angela. God is in SkitLanta, is KW and writers. The script will be their plan. Exactly. But let us see what they do. I'm dying to see. I can't wait. I hope we get to see a mediation. And I'm wondering if they're going to actually give us the divorce. That's what I want to know. Will there be a divorce? And it would be nice to know if they're going to make Amber buy her own house. It would be nice. I would like that for Amber. That's my humble opinion. Chat family member in the bushes, please hit the like button. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Lydia. It's okay. They just watch. Yeah. Although they said they're not giving me any likes, but they just sit and watch. Yeah, maybe eventually they'll come out of the bushes. Maybe eventually, maybe a couple months from now. I want Amber to heal and happy. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to see the Daltons happy and healed. Maybe she'll be Amber Tide then, or Amber Young, and Denisha will be Denisha Dalton. We get a new Dalton in the place. Let's see. All I know, if Amber get a divorce, I really don't want to see Shayla with Anthony, but I am not the writer. But that would really be another nail in Shayla's coffin. And we don't know why people think Shayla now get her cover right now, because Shayla is in it. Just you, she stand up there in the house. Let's get Shayla. Shayla was standing there looking. She was looking like crazy. Where is she? There's Shayla. She was looking. Yeah. She was really looking at Anthony and Denisha, and she was wishing that was her. And look how unhappy she is. Shayla pushes Wayne into the bushes. Shayla push. Yeah, she did, Angela. She did. I'm dying to see. Honestly, guys, I'm dying to see where this skit goes from now. I'm dying to see what they does next. What in store for Amber? I want to see. I want to see what they're gonna do with Shayla. I want to see what they do with Anthony. Yeah, those are. I just want to see that. Everybody else, I really don't. And I really want to see if Delicia actually get. A lot of people want Tamira to be the one to catch them, but my humble opinion, I would rather Shayla. I would rather Shayla thing there. I would rather Shayla caught them together in the act. Shayla, yes, Angela, see, that was funny. That was a funny skit. I wonder if any chat family member were in the bushes, Angela. Oh yeah, they're in the bushes relaxing and eating their cereals or the popcorn and say, when Sharon starts to say good things about Amber, because right now we're not in now where Sharon has said about Amber. So I wonder what me saying. Kountry Wayne young daughter Melissa has her own YouTube channel with some creative skits. Oh really? All right, send me the link. Send me the link, Angela. I would really like to support her. I want Anthony's fantasy of E and Shayla and Kai to come true. So they both leave Amber alone. Why? I don't want Anthony and Shayla skit to come true. But then again, I'm not the writer, so we'll see. I want Shayla to learn. Yes, I need Shayla to learn. It would be nice to see Shayla growth in the right way when she learns. That's the only way she'll have growth. And then Anthony, the same thing. I want to see Anthony learn from his mistake and do better. I would love to see Amber learn from her mistake and do better too. So I need healing for these three people that is intertwined with each other for a lifetime, because Sky is only what, gonna be 2 years old next month. I can't believe Kai gonna be 2. Scandalina want Anthony lifestyle. Maybe Scandalina will marry Anthony. I always wonder if she wanted Anthony serious because she always have those touchy hands. Oh my goodness. Oh, Lisa Coley. Oh, okay. Let me take us. Okay, Lisa Coley. Okay. Let me just write that down, Ange. Thank you. So she has a channel. Okay, I'll look for that on YouTube. Is it on YouTube or Facebook? Okay, Sharon _ Rico. Post it in the community section. Oh, thank you, my darling. Thank you. All right, guys, what time is it now? 4 o'clock? I'll come off here. I think me get whooping a lot. So I guess me have to. Do you guys want me to come back with there's 3 potential divorce, Dalton, Larry, and Beth, Terry, and Libby. Okay. Ben, you mean Ben. Okay. Ben, Lisa. So we have Ben, Darren, Bethany, and Anthony for divorce. Shayla is so preoccupied she might not plan this second birthday party. Oh, but she said on the live that she's doing one for Kai. I think she's actually Kai's mom in real life. That's my opinion. I think so. Because I think she said so on her live that she tired of telling people that she is Kai's mom. Good discussion today. Thank you, dear. I'll see you guys maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock. Yeah, I'll come on later. All right. So take care, and everyone. If there is anything drop, then I'll come on. If nothing drop, then I won't come on. But I'll see. I'll send you guys a message. All right. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye for now. Bye, Clint. Bye, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Kai needs a toddler bed at daddy's home. Definitely. That's why I said he needs his own space. All right. Bye, Michael. See you guys later.